others extreme. With expectations from the people and responsibilities of the government, there is always an outpour of emotions, views, and analysis from all angles. On this space, your space, we bring these views together to harmonize them in such a way that you can understand the societal issues on ground. So join us on your space every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on Cool City Television, where we allow you to air your views on these societal matters. Remember, it's your space, your opinion, and your voice.
Good evening and welcome to your space on Cool City Television. And of course, my name is Obi Olive Sharon. And of course, today with me in the studio is Mr. Young Josh. Okay, one of our American writers, Mr. George Washington, once said, and I quote, "Education is the key to unlock the golden door to freedom." And I'll be asking you today, is education actually the key to unlock the golden door to freedom, or do you think there's a misconception somewhere? All right, without question, we'll be moving over to our guest, Mr. Josh, to hear from him and know if actually education, like they say, is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Personally, I am still convinced that education still has that very potential
Okay,
to unlock that golden door.
okay.
It depends on how the education is being carried out in that sense. If we are talking of formal education, the one being learned
In school, yeah.
craftsmanship, and being knowledgeable to deliver in a certain field, it still could open those doors as an education. But if we bring it down to our country, Nigeria,
Yeah.
there are some factors that belittle that capacity, that capabilities.
Okay.
One is the fact that there are no jobs, and just that fact alone could make a lot of people, young persons that want to go to school, it makes them not see reasons to go, because
It
most people have this
discourages
idea
them.
that
Okay.
the purpose of going to school and getting formal education is to get ends meet from it and
Yeah.
something like that. And for those that carry on and say that, okay, I'm not really going there to get a job from school,
Mm.
you see that there is no much they giving in trying to be the best in whatever field they have chosen, because they see it like me going to school, me studying this course is just to study, it's just to do it, not as if I'm going to get something from this journey I'm making. You
Okay.
understand? So these things now, it makes it seem like education is not that relevant in our ordinary in our Nigerian society. Then we also go back to look at the way these things are being taught.
The system.
The system. If you walk into classrooms in the university, in primary schools, in secondary schools, even from nursery schools,
Mm.
you see the way the teachers take the job. Most of them overwork and they are literally underpaid.
Okay.
Some of them are paid well. Some schools actually try. In Nigerian standard, they actually try. But the issue is, irrespective of the fact that they pay them well, some of these teachers are literally not up and doing. Some of them are literally very, very unserious, and they don't tend to do their jobs the way they have to do them. You understand?
But are there reasons why teachers no longer perform their jobs the way it's meant to be?
You can't really say are there reasons.
Yeah.
If you feel you are not being paid well for the job, you are given a job, it's a tax.
Yeah.
If you won't bring out your time
To do it.
and your dedication to do it, you should consider not taking it, because what is worth doing should be, not
Right,
it
yeah.
should be worth doing well or something. So if you have it in mind that this thing is not within your capacity, or the pay isn't good, or you can't really carry out this tax, it's more advisable and more justifiable to say, okay, I'm giving up on this. You understand?
Yeah.
Than to come into classroom and kill the hopes of 50 to 100 young people who literally don't know their way around life and are looking up to you as a teacher to help them. Because sometimes you walk into classrooms in some primary schools, and you find the children peeling ogusi for their lecturer. Like a teacher walks into class and shares ogusi to the students. So it tells you the level of the level of things these people, the kind of people that are meant to imbibe knowledge into the young ones. Then apart from that, our society we live in is too corrupt, and the corruption has gone deep into the educational system of the country. Where, for example, we have parents too. It's their role. It's a parent's role to see to it that the children, their kids, progress in school. But in progressing, it should be plausible progress. It should be progress that comes from hard work.
Yeah, positive ones.
Not progress that was bought or paid for. You understand?
Yeah.
You find parents paying for their children to go to certain secondary schools, bribing their way through.
Well, don't you think there's this advantage when they pay to get into some certain schools, like the private schools now?
There are good private schools that are expensive, that all you have to pay is the school fee and they'll give you the admission. But I'm talking of those ones that pay for government secondary schools, command secondary schools, for example. Those parents that go out of the way to find gullible teachers in these schools that they can access, give some level of bribe, and get their children in. So when a child goes in through that process, when they finish, maybe in their SSM2, you now remove them and put them in another
special
school,
centers, other stuff,
special centers. You train them in a place where they go, they give them the questions, and the teacher is there to make sure he gives them an answer and investigate if they actually wrote what was given to them, to make sure they get all 9 A's. So you now find students who knew somehow that they bought their way through secondary school. Then now, by first-hand knowledge, they know the process through which they wrote their WAEC. These same children, these same students, the parents help them special centers for JAMB. Consequently, maybe it didn't work out, they have to pay for admission or something. So these children are being consciously nurtured into these things. We might say that it's not the intention. It's not, but it's playing out. These are the realities of things that are going on in a young man's life or a young woman's life. She goes to school and she has some students even could call their parents and say, "Daddy, mommy, see you, this lecturer that's something it."
Okay, so to some extent now we have to blame the parents for the downward trend of education.
It's not just the teachers. There's a role of everyone. There's a role of the parents, the teachers, the people too. The secondary school only, we could say it was ignorance. But when you do it in the university, it's no longer ignorance. You are expected to be at least 18, so you are now an adult, so to say. So you know what you are doing. You understand? Then the society too has its own role in all these things. So all these aspects,